Former flyweight and bantamweight champion Henry Cejudo looks to move back towards the top of the heap at 135 pounds this weekend at UFC Seattle against Song Yadong, a strong, explosive, hard-hitting, athletic up-and-comer. Can Henry Cejudo get back to the top of the heap? Stick around to hear my thoughts on the UFC Seattle main event, Cejudo versus Song. I'm Wyatt. This is Fight Society. Before we get into the video, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. All that good YouTube stuff really helps me out a lot. If you want access to bonus content like members-only live streams and you want to support the channel even further, become a channel member via the link in the description of this video or the join button on our channel homepage. Thank you very much. Back to the video. Okay, guys, so this weekend at UFC Seattle in the Climate Pledge Arena. Very apt name for Seattle. But Henry Cejudo versus Song Yadong is going to be headlining a card that has relatively fallen apart. Lots of good fights taken off the card, such as Curtis Blades. Edson Barbosa is off the card as well. Some fights rebooked, some fights moved around, some fights canceled altogether. It is a mess of a card. They did manage to salvage 11 fights, though, and the main event is Cejudo versus Song. Now, Henry Cejudo, 16-4. Coming off 2 straight losses since his return to the sport. As you can see, long winning streak since the Joseph Benavidez loss. He had won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row, and then he retired. And then since coming back from retirement after almost exactly 3 years off, split decision loss to Sterling, which he could have won, and then a very one-sided decision for Merab Dvalishvili, who's now the bantamweight champion. Although Henry Cejudo is coming off 2 losses, you have to cut him a little bit of a break because he's going up against because his last 2 losses are against 2 out of the last 3 bantamweight champions. And many people hanging on to prime Cejudo, remembering Cejudo as 2019, 2018, 2020 Henry Cejudo that was 32 years old, 33 years old, and younger and explosive and active. No ring rust, no 3 years off, no having to deal with weight cuts again. People are still thinking that this is the same Henry Cejudo. And as much as I like Henry Cejudo, he's just not that guy anymore. Even though he lost to the top of the division twice, I don't think that Henry Cejudo is that guy anymore. He is, as you can see right here, he's 38 years old. He has not won a fight in 5 years. And he's in the lighter weight classes, and he's undersized for 135 pounds. He truly is a flyweight, and I think he should go back down there. He's going up against Song Yadong, who's 27, way bigger for the weight class, very muscular, very athletic, very strong in grappling and striking exchanges. He lost to Peter Yan in March. He's been out since then, so he's been out for almost a year. And then before that, he beat Ricky Simon, Chris Gutierrez, Marlon Moraes, Julio Arce. He lost to Sandhagen, Peter Yan, Kyler Phillips. Now, what most people would say when they look at this is that Song Yadong does well against the middle of the pack guys, the fringe ranking guys in that 10 to 15 range. Casey Kenny, Julio Arce, Ricky Simon, Chris Gutierrez, beat an aging Marlon Moraes. And then he lost to the top of the division. Kyler Phillips is ranked now, Corey Sandhagen, Peter Yan. And then outside of that, his wins are against middle of the pack guys. Draw with Cody Stamann. He beat Chito Vera, but that was before Chito really came into his own. And many people will look at this and say Song Yadong does well against those fringe ranking guys, 10 and below in the rankings, but not that 1 through 10 top of the food chain guys. But you got to keep in mind, Song Yadong is 27 years old. And he's been relatively active, minus this 1 year or so off. But he's been very active, and he has fought the top of the division, former title challenger in Chito Vera, Marlon Moraes, Corey Sandhagen, former champion in Peter Yan. At 27 years old, I'm actually not going to discredit Song Yadong or knock him for those losses because he's going up against the top of the division as a very young kid. And he hasn't been getting KO'd. He's been knocked out once in his career, and it was before the UFC. And then the Corey Sandhagen fight was stopped because of a cut. Aside from that, he's lost decisions. He's a very hard guy to finish. And Henry Cejudo has a hard time finishing guys. No, did he? but he has a hard time finishing guys, and he's small for the weight class. He's not going to outstrike Song Yadong. Although I like Henry, and I think that him at the top of the division against guys like O'Malley, Sandhagen, stuff like that would be really entertaining. But I don't see a path to victory for Henry Cejudo. I mean, this is a crazy sport. Things happen. But I think he's going to shoot double legs that get defended. He's going to try to chip at those leg kicks. Song Yadong's a really good striker, and he's got longer range. I think when Henry Cejudo tries to throw calf kicks, Song Yadong is just going to fire a right hand right down the pipe. I think that the fight ends when Henry Cejudo realizes that he's not going to be able to wrestle, and he's going to try to outpoint Song Yadong on the feet. And Song Yadong is going to fire a crazy, fast, powerful right hand right down the pipe that's going to put Henry on his butt. And then it's going to be a TKO, questionable TKO finish while Henry Cejudo tries to wrestle for a double leg after getting dropped. So that's my official prediction for the main event of UFC Seattle is Song Yadong by second or third round, questionable TKO. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm Wyatt. This is Fight Society. Like, subscribe. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. All that good YouTube stuff really helps me out a lot. If you want access to bonus content, become a channel member through the link below this video or the join button on our channel homepage. If you're interested in some non-MMA content from me, go check out my podcast, What's Up Bro, with Wyatt and Bo, linked below this video. Go watch this suggested video, and I'll see you next time.